today's news, we're bringing you updates on the decrease in unemployment rates in Tallahassee, a House bill putting restrictions on internet cafes, and the young lady that proves that women can play any sport a man can. This and more coming up on News 20 at 5.
From the highest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend, this is the award-winning News 20 at 5, live.
Good evening. I am Tommy Hawkins, and thank you for joining us tonight. The rate of unemployment has dropped in Tallahassee due to the increase of private sector jobs and the hosting of local job fairs. Workforce Plus combined with local job fairs play a big role in providing Tallahassee residents with the information they need to find a job. Home Depot District Home and Research Management Manager Tim Sertivon believes it's best to have one set location for employers to come together so that the job seekers may have a better opportunity to find jobs.
People that are looking for jobs, we're as an employer, we have them available, and it's nice to be able to get us all together in one place and just get the good candidates with the employer.
The Capital Health Plan champion promotes healthy living for children. While childhood obesity has become an epidemic in the United States, Champion stepped in to put a stop to it in our community. Rashad Green believes it also boosts their self-esteem.
Today, I think that the kids, some of the kids is a self-esteem builder. Some kids who couldn't, jump as far as they desired, or wasn't the best at PE, or when they feel themselves getting better, I think that it builds their self-confidence and their self-esteem.
In other news, the recession even has an impact on the deceased. More people are forced to be cremated because families can't afford a proper burial. Courtney Wallace tells us more.
Many people struggle with death. It is important to some that they get the proper burial. The recession has put restraints on how their loved ones are put to rest. Henry W. Taylor has experienced more cremations because of the recession.
We are experiencing more cremations. It is a direct result of the economy, and correct, a lot of the families are reluctant, but they're in a position where that's the only alternative.
The average cost of a funeral with the vault is $7,755. The average cost of cremation is $1,200 according to the American Heritage Society. Some people like Melissa Williams have found an alternative to cremation.
There's a company that does cremations. They take your ashes and they mix it in with cement and they pour it into this honeycomb dome mold, and then they take that out on a boat and have the ceremony, and they drop it into the water, and over the years it becomes an artificial reef. The recession and times being so tough is that they do offer payment plans.
Companies such as Eternal Reefs give an alternative to scattering ashes. It allows your loved ones to have a proper burial. It also gives marine life a new home.
The recession has caused people to not get buried, but to get cremated. They're finding different ways to dispose their ashes. I'm Courtney Walls with Family TV 20.
Thank you, Courtney. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration decided that raw oysters coming out of the Gulf of Mexico during warm weather months must be treated before sold. Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Communications Director believes that this will put a damper on the raw oyster business.
Basically had the potential to wipe out large portions of the oyster industry. Not only the oystermen, but the oyster houses, the distributors, the truckers, the restaurants that rely on people coming in and eating raw oyster.
More excitement is being added to the capital city. Tallahassee officials say the highly anticipated Cascade Park is said to have a Tallahassee history timeline fence, Meridian Plaza with the amphitheater, and more. Not only will the park have attractions, but a project is being designed to help prevent flooding of Franklin Boulevard during rain.
The project is first and foremost a stormwater project that's going to take water that comes down Franklin Boulevard through Cascades Park in a buried concrete box culvert system and dumps into a pond in the lower end of the park.
The park is definitely something for Tallahassee residents and visitors to look forward to. Governor Rick Scott has made it clear that he supports a House bill to make internet cafes illegal. The industry is estimated to be over $1 billion. Some Floridians believe there is nothing wrong with the business. Chad Phillips shares his thoughts.
As long as the county ordinances are followed and all the taxes are paid, I don't see a problem with keeping these businesses open.
Although internet cafes aren't completely banned, they still have major restrictions. Up next, Yards protest against labor market reforms and find out what sport will have the sweet little girl pin you down. All this and more when we return.